Hi, I'm Chris Burks from Punchwork. If you have an employment law case here with us at Punchwork, it's going to be about a wrongful termination or some other adverse action that happened at work. If something happened to you based on your race, your age, your gender, any of those protected characteristics that have to do with who you are, if you're disabled, any of that, we work with you here at Punchwork. And it's something where you have a qualified attorney who's going to work with you every step of the way. We're going to work together to fight back for your rights. You've been wronged at the workplace, and we're here for you. So here at Punchwork, we've got qualified attorneys that will work with you every step of the way. Your attorney is going to be an expert in employment law. They're going to know disability discrimination, professional license issues, age, gender, race, all of those things. We've literally done hundreds of cases on here at Punchwork. So you're going to have a qualified attorney who's an expert in their field, and they're going to communicate with you every step of the way. We have apps, electronic ways to communicate with you over the phone, in person, email, phone. We're going to be communicating with you every step of the way. If you're a new customer here at Punchwork, you're a client of ours, we work hard to make things easy for you. So we communicate with you. We have forms that we will send you to make sure that we have all the information we need. And of course, the more information, the better. There are checklists that we will send you. If, for example, you have an EEOC case, we'll ask you information about your pay, ask you information about any documents that you have, any screenshots or pictures, all of that. We work with you, and we've got a staff team that's dedicated just to you in your case to make sure we get all the information, we get all the documents. We won't be asking you throughout the case to keep giving us stuff. We want to get everything from you at the beginning so you can have peace of mind that your attorneys here at Punchwork are working hard for you. So here at Punchwork, there are a couple of documents we'd love for you to have on your first appointment. It's okay if you don't, but if you have any of these documents, it helps us help you sooner. So number one, if you have a timeline of events, a lot of our clients are going through a wrongful termination or something traumatic, and it helps if you can just pause and write down what happened to you. That helps us understand your issues quicker. Number two, in addition to a timeline of events, if you have any documentation from the EEOC, if you've been to the EEOC, which stands for Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, then you might have some documents from them. Those EEOC documents might include what's called a right to sue letter. It might include what's called a charge form, or any other kind of document from the EEOC. So in addition to a timeline, if you have documents from the EEOC. In addition to that, if you have documentation from your employer, if you have emails, text messages, photos, screenshots, any kind of documentation from your employer, please send that to us. Please bring that with you. In addition to those, documentation from the EEOC, your employer, and a timeline, if you could think about any names of witnesses, people that may have observed what happened to you or seen it or been a part of it, if you could just take some time to write down those witnesses and who they are, that would really help us. So, having your witness names, having your documentation about what happened, any EEOC documents or other government agency documents, if it's a professional license case, any documents from a professional licensure board, and then a timeline of events really helps us talk through all of that with you. You don't have to have any of that to talk to us here at Punchwork, but if you have that, it really helps us along. So here at Punchwork, mediation is a great option for a lot of our clients. Mediation is a process where we sit down with the other side and try to get you the resolution that you want. Mediation is not binding in that you have to accept what the other side offers. Instead, it's a voluntary process where we work with you to try to get the outcome that you want. If we get you that outcome in mediation that you want, that's great. If we mediate and it's not successful, meaning you don't get the outcome you want, you don't have to accept that outcome and you can move on with your case. Here at Punchwork, the process for a client from start to finish varies widely depending on what type of claim the client has. So for example, if the client has an issue that needs to go before the EEOC, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, that claim can take anywhere on average of 6 to 9 months. Likewise, if a client has a claim that goes into litigation in federal court, that claim can take anywhere from 9 to 18 months. But the important thing to know, whether you're at the EEOC or in federal court or in some other process like a negotiation or a review of your severance documents or professional license issue, regardless of what type of claim you have, here at Punchwork, our #1 goal is to stand up and fight for you and try to get you a resolution as quickly as possible. And so what that means in the EEOC process is we're going to send a settlement demand of what you want as soon as we can. Same thing in litigation. In the litigation process, there's different stages. So there's the initial intake where we're going to move quickly within the next business day to get your information and get moving forward. We're going to start drafting immediately. After the intake stage, it goes into the discovery stage in litigation, where each side exchanges documentation and verifies questions they have about what happened. And again, in that process, we're going to move as quickly as possible to try to get you what you want. After the discovery process and litigation, it goes into what's called the summary judgment stage, or the opportunity for either side to ask for a resolution without going to court. And so what that means is judges can decide lawsuits without there being a trial. And so, of course, we're going to want the judge to decide for you quickly, and the other side is going to want the opposite, and we're going to fight for you in that. Cases that go to trial, and again, a trial could happen anywhere from 9 to 18 months from when you hire us. We're going to fight for you. So throughout that litigation process, we're going to constantly be asking the other side for what you want and fight to keep your case moving forward. And in our other processes, professional license, our negotiation, our EEOC, we're constantly going to be asking you and the other side to get you what you want. Here at Punchwork, when you hire us for a legal process, we take it seriously. We fight for you. And here's a couple of key tips of things to do and things not to do. So some things you should do when you hire us here at Punchwork, you should document everything. Everything that happened to you at work or is still happening to you, document it. Create a journal, have a calendar, write down what happened to you on particular days, take screenshots, emails, texts, documents, anything, document it so you can have proof of what is happening to you. In addition to document everything, another key thing to do is to communicate with us. Communicate with us your feelings, what you're going through, the impact that it's having on you, and communicate key issues. Things come up, things change. Always communicate with us as your attorney. Another thing to do is know the process. Here at Punchwork, we have a lot of resources where we provide information about how long your case is going to take, what similar people in similar circumstances are going through. We even have groups on the internet that you can join. That's a key thing to do is to just remember to keep communicating. A last key thing to do is to keep in mind what you want and keep in mind the end goal. When someone is going through something traumatic like a wrongful termination, or even something a little different like a negotiation over compensation, those things aren't easy, and it's easy to lose sight of that these things are going to end in some form or fashion, in some way or another. All things related to employment are going to end in some way. Either we're going to get you what you want, or some of what you want, or we're certainly going to fight for you on that. But there's going to be an end, and a lot of people, it's hard to remember that when you're going through something so traumatic. So the thing to do is remember that there's going to be an end, and that we're going to fight for the best possible end for you. And if you keep that in mind the whole time, if you keep the end in mind, that there is going to be an outcome, there is going to be a change, there is going to be a difference, it's going to help you as you go through that process. So some things not to do. Things not to do, don't post on social media. That's a killer these days. Don't talk to friends or family about confidential details. You really want to talk to your attorneys and your case team. Even if it's your cousin, you just really want to be careful about communicating about your case. You really don't want to post it on social media. Another thing you don't want to do is when you're communicating with your attorneys here at Punchwork, your case team, or anyone, you don't want to ignore a deadline. This is serious business. You've hired Punchwork for a reason. You're going through something serious. You don't want to take it lightly and ignore a deadline. So in addition to not posting on social media, you don't want to miss deadlines. Another thing you don't want to do is you want to remain professional. It's your job, with us, with anyone. What a lot of our clients are going through is deeply personal. It impacts them in a lot of ways, but you've got to be the better person. You've got to keep it professional, even if everyone around you is not. And again, you've got to keep the end in mind. So I think just following the simple to-dos, document everything, communicate with us, keep the end in mind, try to remain positive, tell us everything, things not to do. Not to ignore deadlines, not to, lash out or try to be unprofessional. And professional, it doesn't mean keep things hidden. It just means the way you talk about things, you try to not personalize them or attack others. And of course, you got to stay off social media. Don't post pictures of anything like that related to your workplace issue on social media. Here at Punchwork, we're a team that's devoted to you, our clients. When you hire us for a serious legal issue, something that happened to you at work or related to your employment, we don't take it lightly. We fight for you. When you hire us, you're not just hiring an attorney, you're hiring a whole team, a team of experts that have been through this time and time again. And you're also hiring paralegals. You're hiring staff that are on your case team that, like your attorney, are devoted to your claim and fighting for you to get what you want as quickly as we possibly can. In addition to our team, we have resources across the internet, information, community. We can connect you with people that have been through what you've been through before. So when you reach out to us here at Punchwork, our goal is not just to get you back on your feet and get you what you want in the context of your employment. Our goal is to make you feel whole again. We want you to be a part of the community. If you're isolated, if you're going through this by yourself, that's hard. If you're going through retaliation at work, discrimination at work, if your action is being taken against you because of disability status or something going on with your health, that's hard to deal with by yourself. What you get here at Punchwork is a team that wants you to be part of the community, that wants to make you whole, that wants to allow you to move forward as part of the community where you don't have to be by yourself, being singled out for who you are or what happened to you. That's not your fault. And so you can get in touch with us here at Punchwork. You can call us at the number on the screen. You can text us. You can email us. You can fill out a link to the form. Any way that you want to get in touch with us, we're happy to talk to you. We would love for you to be a part of our community. We want to fight for you. That's what we know how to do here at Punchwork.